My top 5 weapon picks in Battlefield 6 are, starting with number 5, we have the M433 starting assault rifle. For a starting weapon to make my top 5, it has to be pretty good, and the M433 is pretty good. It's one of the fastest killing assault rifles and even one of the fastest killing weapons in the game at 217 milliseconds out to 20 meters. And 289 milliseconds out to 70 meters, which is still very, very fast, even beating out a lot of the SMGs in that close to mid-range. Obviously, SMGs are going to handle faster with faster ADS, faster movement. Assault rifles are going to ADS a little bit slower, but all you got to do is slap a laser on there, and you can hip fire within those close ranges and compete with and even beat some of the SMGs. Not the fastest SMGs, but the vast majority of them you're going to be either competing with or beating. So very good gun overall. Definitely worth a top 5 spot. The only thing really holding it back is the side-to-side recoil. So it has quite a bit of side-to-side recoil, so it's not as accurate at those longer ranges. Definitely going to have to either burst or tap fire to be effective at those longer ranges, but within close to medium range, it is one of the best. That's why it makes the top 5. So this is my preferred build setup so far. Flash hider to stay off world spotting, extended barrel for better bullet velocity, best recoil grip you can get, extended mag, and a red laser to help with the hip fire up close out to 10 meters. As long as you're able to hit your shots at 10 meters, you should be alright. So side to side bounce is a little bit too unruly. So beyond mid range, you're going to have to burst or tap to be able to hit your shots on target. So that's where it falls behind a little bit, but still definitely a top 5 contender. Coming in at number 4, we have the M4A1 starting carbine. This weapon slightly outperforms the M433 at close range and slightly underperforms against the M433 at medium to long range, but it more than makes up for it with faster handling, so faster ADS, and a faster fire rate, so it's a lot more forgiving. And the recoil is not nearly as bouncy. This is my preferred build on the M4A1, similar concept. Flash hider to stay off world spotting, extended barrel for better bullet velocity, better recoil control, extended mag, and a laser for better hip fire in close range. So easier to control recoil there, which is why it ranks number 4 and not number 5. Definitely a good gun and a good starting gun as well for a carbine. Can't go wrong with it. Coming in at number 3, we have the SG553 carbine. So the SG553 slightly outperforms the M4A1 in close to medium range, but struggles at longer ranges. Not as good pure time to kill wise, but it makes up for it with better recoil, better accuracy, does more damage, so you get more multi-kill potential out of each magazine, especially if you're running extended mag. Just easier to use all around, which is why I rank it above the M4A1, but they're both very close, very similar. So this is the SG553 build, same thing as always. Flash hider, extended barrel, recoil control, extended mag, and a red laser for better hip fire and close range. So much better recoil control than the M4A1, which is why I prefer it. Coming in at number 2, we have a tie between the KV9 and SCW10 SMGs. So the KV9 slightly outperforms the SCW10, 10 meters plus, and slightly underperforms within 10 meters compared to the SCW10, but has faster fire rate, slightly higher DPS, so a little bit more forgiving, but at the same time the low magazine capacity really holds it back. Only has 17 rounds starting, and then only up to 27 rounds with the highest mag you can put on there. So you're going to burn through the bullets very quickly, runs through bullets a lot faster than the SCW10 does. So a little bit harder to use than the SCW10, but slightly better performing. Whereas the SCW10 is going to beat the KV9 within 10 meters, just barely, and then just barely beat out at the longer ranges beyond 10 meters. Falls off a little bit more in the super long ranges, but neither SMG is going to be really that useful at those super long ranges. Definitely going to be using it in close quarter situations, so a little bit more forgiving because it does more damage. The magazine capacity is still leaves a lot to be desired because the starting mag is only 15 and only goes up to 25 max. So still not going to be able to fling bullets down range super long, but be able to get better multi-kill potential, better damage potential with one mag of the SCW-10 versus the KB-9. But both guns kill very, very fast. Two of the fastest killing guns in the game at close to medium range, but not going to be as useful at those longer ranges for sure. So this is the build I'm rocking for the KB-9. I haven't leveled it up to get all the attachments that I want. Definitely want that extended mag. 23 to 45, but gonna need some leveling up more. I don't have the laser either, but hipfire is pretty good up close, but it could stand to use the laser as well. A little bit of recoil there. I think we can do a little bit better here. Yeah, not too bad once you get the recoil down. And then the SCW-10 build that I would mimic on the KB-9 if I had the attachments unlocked, so extended mag and the laser for better hipfire up close. Just to guarantee you're hitting your shots at close range when you're hip firing. Both are very good guns up close. Comes down to personal preference. I personally prefer the SCW-10 slightly above the KB-9, but KB-9's definitely going to be for the people who prefer the faster fire rate. And claiming the coveted top spot is coming in at number 1, the best weapon in Battlefield 6, the TR-7 Assault Rifle. The TR-7 is the fastest killing gun at pretty much every range, only beat out within 10 meters by the SCW-10 SMG, and that only slightly by 17 milliseconds, and then also beat out at super long range, so like 80 meters plus, by the M250 LMG, and that's only by like within 100 milliseconds too, so very, very good gun overall, the most dominant gun within that close to medium range. The only real drawback is the super high recoil, so not going to be able to full auto at longer ranges, so like 50 meters plus you're probably going to have to burst or tap, but within close to medium range you can full auto just fine, hit all your targets without any problem as long as you get the right attachments on there. So very good gun overall, definitely deserves the top spot, especially for my playstyle aggressive close quarters. So this is my preferred build for the TR-7. You got the flash hider to stay off world spotting, so no diamonds above your head every time you fire your gun. Basic barrel because I couldn't afford an extended barrel for better bullet velocity, but 648 is good enough for close to medium range. The best vertical grip that I could afford, 25 round mag, hollow points for that 2-shot headshot potential within 20 meters, and then the red laser for slightly better hip fire within close range, so within 10 meters you want to be able to hit all your shots from hip fire, and this helps with that. And then just whichever sight you prefer for the sight 1.0. Good enough hip fire within 10 meters, able to full auto fire out to 35 meters no problem. So yeah, definitely deserving of the top spot in my opinion. Obviously this top 5 is going to be personal preference, so I prefer to play more aggressive close to medium range. So there are definitely going to be better guns than these for the longer ranges, which I may cover in a future video once I get more time with some of the other weapons and actually unlock attachments on them. But for close to medium range, which is the range that I like to stay in, these are going to be my top 5 best picks. Yeah, that's it. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with this top 5, if you have totally different weapons, or if you have some that you think should be in there but aren't in there. Like I said, it all comes down to personal preference, so every gun has their place and their purpose. So it just depends on your play style, how you want to play. If you want to get into the action, or if you want to play a little bit more at a distance, keeping the range from a safe distance, using cover, that kind of stuff. Every gun has its place. But yep, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.